I'm finally publishing the first version of the YouTube adventure game I have been working on. It was 4 months of hard work with plenty of ups and downs, but I'm happy to say it is finally ready. On the last devlog, I've shared my inspiration for the idea, my goals, and how it changed over time. And today I will be showing you the process of how I finalized the game and how I made some critical decisions through playtesting. So enjoy. Hello. Okay, pardon the sound, the noise, and the shaky camera. This is kind of a last minute decision. So there is a monthly Seattle Indies meeting, and I went last time too, and I tested the story and whatnot, but I didn't record it, which I regret a little bit. So this time I'm going to try to record. I'm gonna try to put the final touches on my scene so that this one video, I get it kind of fully polished with sound and everything, and then test it with people and hopefully get that footage in and get some feedback on that final feedback before I release it this weekend. Maybe that's a probably good idea. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Going to work right now at a cafe. Alright, so finally I finished preparing the game, not even the game, just the first scene that I'm trying to release on TikTok, Instagram, and all those things, all that good stuff as I promised. And behind me is the video edit that has been progressing. You know, something that's really nice about this experience making is that I don't have to just make everything programmatic. I can kind of, for example, I added some background music. And something interesting is that because it's technically not a full-on game, the licensing, the copyright licensing for some of the commonly used copyright-free music, or even the paid subscription background music usage and sound effects, can be used for non-games because it's technically going to be released as a video. So that's some nice plus that I haven't really thought about. So right now is 6:13. I have about 40 minutes to render this and then put it on my phone. I'm gonna make sure my camera is charged so I can use that to record the interview that I'm gonna perform after the gameplay. Hopefully I get really nice feedback from everybody else. I really hope there's nothing to fix, but that is really a lot to ask for. I know that. So we'll see what will happen. I'm excited. I'm excited to actually finally get in front of people and see their reactions. So we'll see how it goes. All right. I'll talk to you with an update just in a bit. Oh yeah, just one last thing. Before I go, I need to come up with some interview questions. I have a general idea of what I want to ask, but you know, I don't want to seem too unprepared. So I'm going to focus on a few questions. I don't know. Here's a sample B-roll of a video of the demo that I'm showing, and at the end there's this like a voting part, and it's designed for TikTok, and I wanted to make the UX simple enough where I don't specifically say like for option A, save for option B. I just have this symbol. So I want to make sure that that is translated well. So I'm going to ask a question about, can you tell how you would vote on an option? Because it is a TikTok experience, or you know, Twitter or whatever, I want to make sure I understand at what point of the experience the attention is lost. Because I want to make sure that there's enough things going on where people's attention is captured. So I'm going to ask, pause when you would have swiped away. And then, you know, I'm going to make them watch anyways, and then you know, pause again if it would have. Yeah, clearly I'm not prepared because I'm not using a proper stand. The third question, which I didn't get to record because the phone dropped. Sound design. I'm going to ask about the sound design. I'm going to ask the general world building stuff, like, are you interested in the world? Did you pick up any information about the world that is not specifically described? Is the exposition too long? How do you feel about the exposition of the game? Yeah, like besides the actual thing, like that's the real important thing. So I'm gonna ask, can you tell me what happened in this game so far? And just kind of get that. Yeah, I think that's good enough, and then we'll go from there. So here I go, finally, actually leaving to Seattle Indies. I will update you afterwards. All right, I'm gonna try my playtest with Ed here. Hello, Ed.
Hello, and Charlie.
All right.
Oh no.
I'm also here.
Okay, yeah.
Don't worry about it.
She's next.
Oh, okay, you're next. Sorry.
But we'll get you because I need you to wear the headphones.
God, nice.
All right.
Okay, you're gonna get some of that pizza soon, though.
Okay.
All right, after this.
We'll be real quick. We gotta eat soon.
Wait, is this?
And then I'll get you anytime.
Bring you pizzas.
Yeah. I'm super ready for this. All right. Before I do, one thing that I do want to know is pause when you. So imagine you landed on this video on social media, like a YouTube short or TikTok. Pause when you would have swiped away.
Okay. Like pause this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pause the experience or note the timestamp, whatever.
Okay.
And then let me know. And then I'm gonna make you continue because I need to ask you about the rest.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Here it is. Put on the headphone and then press play.
That's taking too long.
Okay.
That's all right.
Great.
All right.
Love to know that. All right. 8 seconds. All right.
All right.
8 seconds for the note. All right.
But I'm watching the rest.
Yes.
You consider where it all went wrong. Did it start with you skipping your daily coffee, or was it when you missed
I like these neon lasers. This dude's head looks like a pumpkin.
Hey, are you listening?
You turn your head towards an angry face looking at you. No, maybe it's more like a look of urgency rather than anger.
Come on, you can't space.
I like the voice actor.
So supposedly on an easy job. An easy job, huh? You mumble under your breath, mockingly.
Oh my Gaia, are you serious? How was I supposed to know the package was gonna explode?
Yes, you delivered an explosion right to the local hideout of the Drake Riders. And apparently, that was a signal for the Weavers, the rival gang, to ambush. So, you're caught in the crossfire. Luckily, they haven't noticed you hiding behind the cover. Unluckily, the only way out is through where the Weavers are. You and Tabs are no strangers to a combat, so you could try and fight head-on, but maybe there's another way that isn't a confrontation. What do? Do you fight or try to find another
Am
way?
I voting?
Yep. I mean that's the experience. What would you have chosen?
I'm fight.
Fight? Okay,
for sure, yeah.
Great. All right. Okay, Ed, thank you
It's me,
for
Ed.
playing. So I have a few questions. You did say 8 seconds is the pause point,
Yeah.
which is something I wanted to know. Can you tell, at the end of the experience, could you tell how you would vote on which option to go?
Yes, because
Okay.
I wanted some excitement.
Okay.
I feel like the rival gang is like someone I want to fight.
Okay, all right. So if you saw, are you familiar with TikTok?
Yeah.
So you know how...
I don't watch very much though.
Okay, but you know how the options were given?
Yeah.
If you experienced it, if you were to vote on option A, fight, or find another way, do you know what you would have done in order to vote for it?
Tap on it, I assume. I don't use TikTok, so I don't know.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
That's a great feedback. I love that.
It is a big button, so I would hit the button.
Okay. All right. What did you think about the sound design?
All I remember is the voice acting mostly, and a little bit of the music. I don't remember any of the other sound design, but the voice acting I really liked.
Okay. Did you notice two different voices?
Yes. So there was the femme presenting person, and then like the narrator. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's good.
Okay.
I'll tell you a secret about that later.
I want to know this. Is it you?
There's a secret. Anyways.
Okay.
Let's see. I wanted to know about the general world building. Did you find, besides what is going on, is there any other bits of the world that you thought was kind of curious or piqued your interest?
No, honestly, not too much.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, I think you gave maybe even too much information. I was like, just to get me into it, I feel like I just need a little bit, like, we're rival gangs fighting, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And then after that, I'd want to know more about the world.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, nice. Okay, so opening sequence to the actual scene.
Yeah.
In those transitions, did you feel that they were kind of cohesive, or like did you feel any point it was a little bit awkward?
I think cohesive yes, but like I said, the reason I paused so early, I think the establishing shot took way too long.
Okay.
Especially for short form content like TikTok. So I definitely would have just swiped away when I saw nothing was changing in that moment.
Okay, sounds good.
As far as other stuff that felt a little bit awkward, I think some of the grammar was a little awkward. It was almost like a little humorous to me, where it was like you find yourself in a fight. It's like so formal.
Okay.
So I think that's what I'd say.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Can you tell me what happened in the scene?
Yeah. So let's see. Man, you asked this as the last question, so I forget. So we're in a fight. We sent somebody an explosive, I think.
Yeah.
Somebody turns to me and is like, you gotta get your head in the game or something like that. And then it asks me, do I want to keep fighting or do I want to find another way out?
Okay. All right.
How close was I?
That's pretty much on. There's some details, but you know, whatever. All right. That's a great feedback. Thank you, Ed, for your time.
Yeah.
And that's it for this one.
Cool.
All right. Thanks. Okay, here goes. What's your name, and I guess what are you working on right now?
My name is Charlie Harper, and I'm currently a producer for Galvanic Games, working on Wizard of
So, what we're about to test is the first scene, the opening scene.
Okay.
So, I'm going to have you put this headphone on, and then gonna play.
Okay.
The first thing I'm going to ask you to do is pause when you would have swiped away,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna make you watch the rest. Either way. All right, here it goes.
I was wide aware.
Okay,
Yep.
great. Similar, very similar.
Okay.
All right. So I have a few questions. First,
Okay.
swipe away. 9 seconds before the even title has popped up. I won't flavor the comments.
All right.
Tell me.
The reason why is because when I do my swiping, it's usually like, okay, this felt like an art piece that would settle there, and that felt like the ending. And that felt like where I was supposed to settle. I was like, very cool. Maybe a title comes up, and I'm going to move on. It didn't feel like the intro, where I should wait for something more. I feel like I should have some sort of cold open to hook me in before I even see a city skyline. I was not exactly sure if it was going to continue on, and putting myself in that headspace.
I love that.
Yes.
Very insightful. That is very helpful. Okay, so I tested 2 people so far. I think I'm gonna change it. So I tested with the intro opening, and I love how that feels, but I think 2 data point of people swiping away early because it's not fast enough or because it feels complete is a red flag to me. So I'm gonna try to do rest of the testing today, starting from, as if it's a cold open, starting from the dialogue instead of the title. Let's see if it changes how people feel about the cutaway. Recording now.
Hi, camera. Hi, YouTube.
Hi, YouTube. What's your name, Soren?
Hi, I'm Soren. Well, I just got back from college. I'm a sound designer, and I'm trying to find an indie game or a company to work at.
It's a tough world out here. So you're dropping into the first video.
The first video. Okay.
Very first video.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ask you a bunch of questions about it.
All right.
I'm gonna have you put this on. Before you do that, I want you to pause the experience or tell me when you would have swiped away if you encountered this.
Like as just like
Yeah.
if I was on YouTube at home.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna make you watch the rest anyways.
Yeah.
But I want to know. All
I
right.
will tell you. Yeah.
Here it is. That is the experience.
So far.
That's the video.
Okay.
All right. I noticed you didn't pause.
I didn't.
Before I have very specific questions.
Yeah.
But before I get into it, I want to know, do you have any general comment how you felt about the experience?
Honestly, the only thing that raised an eyebrow mentally was okay, the voice acting is a little amateur, but okay, whatever. It's a freaking YouTube video. I don't care. Like, but the concept is cool. I like the way it was like set up, and I know it grabbed my attention for sure. The visuals are great, the sound effects are cool, like good stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. That was really fun, really useful. I'm excited to come back home and just update on everything that has happened and my plan. I think I got everything I need. It's really close, so I'll be right back. So this is an update after coming back from Seattle Indies social, which was really fun. I got a lot of information. So I learned a lot. I took some time to sort through all the interviews and playtests I've done during the event. And then I've gotten a lot of important information, namely when people would swipe away from the game, which is very important because it was a little bit of a heartache. I actually spent like last 2 days finally deciding that I'm gonna just make this opening scene with like digital synth wave music and this like cool pixel art to show the mood. As a opening scene, it feels good and it feels kind of like clean. So I was really proud of it. But the problem is in the format that I'm trying to get this game out, which is the short form content, people would have swiped away. And I am so glad that I prepared my little index card to ask that question, because I wouldn't have remembered to do that. And I asked about 2-3 people. They all swiped away at the exact same spot before even the title pops up. So yeah, you can see that people had many different reasons to swipe away if they encountered it in a short form platform. So I said, you know what? I'm going to change what I'm testing. So I tested with the intro opening, and I love how that feels, but I think data point of people swiping away early because it's not fast enough or because it feels complete is a red flag to me. So after I made that decision, the testing came out to be really interesting because the person right after I made that decision did not swipe away at all. Like, they watched the game clip all the way through and were able to complete the experience. Now, there were a lot of interesting feedback about the polish, about the voice acting, sound quality, and all that stuff. But, you know, that's important, but not as important as capturing attention with the tools I'm provided. Of course, I can't hire a artist or, you know, sound designer, all those things yet to make a really complete experience. But as far as this is concerned, I think this was a very successful testing. So what I'm going to do now is reconsider how I'm going to stitch all these things together and see if there's actually a way for me to incorporate this title screen, because I'm really proud of making this animation. Or maybe it won't be used until later. I mean, it might not be a bad idea to use that title screen at the end of the experience. So like treat this entire episode as like some sort of cold open. And then once the game is over, the episode, right? Once your character is created, I can pop the title screen saying that this is the title of the game or the world. That way I can lead people into, I don't know, additional experience that I'll create with this world. Maybe, that's a thought. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do now. I am going to rearrange the game, publish it on TikTok, make a Twitter version as well, because the way oh yeah, another thing. So I prompted the choice. You can see it on the screen. The way I did it was that I was thinking I'm gonna write a little title says vote now flashing, and then have 2 choices showing that these are the interactables. Fight or choose another way, because people can't vote by clicking on the video after the experience in the social media platform, because those are not kind of functionalities that are provided to me. I thought I could collect comments on what people want to see or what people want to see next, or I could use like polling features in the social media platform. Lastly, I've seen this done before, and I'm thinking this would be the best way to do it is to encourage social media interaction to vote. So for example, in the screen, you can see I put little heart on the fight, because that is to say on the TikTok platform, there's a option to like, which is by clicking a heart. So The heart count being bigger means you're voting for fight option. And then there's a other icon that looks like a bookmark, which is saved. I guess it is a bookmark. So I'll use that as a count for voting the other way. That way, I'm also encouraging the algorithm to say, hey, people are interacting with this game content. And then so it doubles at it as a kind of like, oh yeah, you like it, you save it. So please, algorithm, push this forward. And I'm going to do the same thing for Twitter or X now. I'm going to make one of the options basically like, and the other option would be retweet. And those will be the ways to choose which way to go. I'm considering if I should have a third option for comment for random if people actually do end up commenting a lot. I know it will be naturally imbalanced. Most people are likely to like rather than do the other option. But, you know, just an experiment to see what happens. I know those things have polling features and whatnot, but I think this will be a better viral approach to kind of releasing this feature. So anyways, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make the final voting screen for Twitter version, Instagram version. YouTube Short is a little bit limiting because they have 1 minute limit to the video. It's a little bit longer than 1 minute. I don't think I can cut it shorter. I don't know, maybe I could. And then I'll post it and you guys can go and vote as well. So the next time I come back to this topic will be for retrospective, where I talk about what went well, what went wrong, how I will improve this experience if I were to do it again, and, you know, just general lessons I learned for game development so I can apply to my next project, which will be very interesting. So if you're interested in that, follow along, and that will be coming after I have finished this experiment and actually finally publish the YouTube version of this Choose Your Own Adventure experience. Otherwise, I'm going to come back with my regular game jam devlog type of updates that I do normally. There's some game jams coming up that I'm interested in participating, which will be exciting. And then, of course, I want to do a bunch of tooling tutorial type of situation too. So yeah, look forward to that. I'm looking forward to making that as well for you. I hope you enjoyed this whole experience so far, and I will see you next time.